Have you ever taken a moment to consider what architecture is and how architects actually think? In the first lecture of his book, Thinking Architecture, Peter Zumthor, the famous Swiss architect, gave us a glimpse to his way of thinking about architecture. At its core, architecture is an art form, similar to painting, music composing, sculpting, and so on. That mindset asks for the analytical assessment to come after the artistic emotions. The forms that the architect produce doesn't come only from the logical analysis of the project. When architects usually talk about the rational, thought-out aspect of their work, they usually tend to hide the secret passions that inspired their work. Peter Zumthor acknowledges the impact of his feelings on his work. These subjective desires interfere with the objective aspect of the design process. That interference of feelings and desires requests from the architect to have a form. To find your way as an architect, all you have to do first is to look at your subjective experiences. If we allow the images and moods from the past to guide our designs, hard work and inventions will then mold the objects we are designing with the shape of these images and memories. He emphasized on the use of memories from the past to create. We have to remember the feelings, smells, and sounds that we experienced. The images that we gathered during our childhood are all memories that contain the deepest architectural experiences. The finished building is perceived through our analytical mind, but the whole doesn't come through isolated details. For the sake of simplicity, we are summarizing his ideas in a list, even if it doesn't reflect the poetic aspect of his writing. So the next big idea after embracing our subjective nature is to understand that the work of architecture should also be founded on common sense derived from our observations. The concept of studying our world, surroundings, social orders, and then to come up with our own sense of things is true and tested. In his work, Zumthor says, "After I observe the appearance of the world, I try in my work to 1. Enhance what seems to be valuable, 2. Correct what is disturbing, and 3. Create what I feel is missing." During the years of architectural education, we tend to solve the issues of architecture with the vast knowledge of architectural history. As practicing architects, we have to understand that it is not always a linear path, and we might have to let go of the academic knowledge to embrace our designer nature. Now that we have discussed memory and common sense in the evolution of an architect, tell us what you think of Peter Zumthor's work in the comments sections below. Hit that like button and subscribe to our channel in order to discuss his third main idea in this chapter, construction. Construction is the art of making a meaningful whole out of many parts with the use of the proper materials. We should gather the knowledge of how things are built. Carefully built objects makes a successful work of art and architecture. Buildings consists of several parts joined together, which means that the quality of these joints determines the quality of the building. Following his fellow Swiss architect Le Corbusier and his second reminder to architects to master the play of architectural surfaces, Zumthor also focused on minimizing the impact of joints in favor of the overall form. Every joint should be there to reinforce the total presence, and our eyes should not be interrupted with the smaller parts. As architects, we are faced every day with the challenge of filling out the whole with the use of innumerable details. Architects must look for rational construction solutions for the edges and joints where surfaces meet. This attention to the details will set the tone of the design. So naturally, we should understand that materials themselves are not poetic. But if the architect creates a meaningful context for them, they will assume a poetic quality. Now let's dig deeper into what makes a work of architecture successful, and the fourth lesson from this study. Every building is built for a specific use, in a specific place, for a specific society, and it has nothing to do with style. Some buildings seem to be a self-evident part of their surroundings, as if they were meant to be where they are. To have a dialogue with its surrounding, each building has two spatial possibilities. The first one is to have closed architectural body that isolates the space within itself. The second is to open its body to connect with its surroundings. Zumthor starts his design with simple volumes and spatial diagrams to understand how they define or separate an area of the interior space from its surroundings, or how it embraces the infinite continuum. Architecture is exposed to life and should be sensitive to it. Thank you for your time, and see you in the next one.